Okay. Hopefully the lighting is better. It's very strange because the first time I filmed with my lights and the second time and now the settings have all been the same, but I did notice that my favorite makeup video lighting, it was a bit warm, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know if that had something to do with the lights on in the room. I don't know. Either way, the settings are the same. I tried a new tinted SPF today for a video that I'm working on, and I feel like my skin looks really dark. So we're just going to put some makeup on, and I'm going to chat while I do it, because I feel like I'm just sort of working through a lot of things, and I'm like, this is one of those weeks where I'm like on the verge of a mental breakdown for a lot of reasons. So I'm tired. My kid is driving me crazy today. I love him, but he is like crying about everything today, and I don't know. He just like woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Like literally everything, he just cries. And he's got this Lego car that he's like obsessed with right now. He keeps like adding on to it and like building it. He carries it around everywhere. He brings it to school. Like he can't be without this Lego car. So like, you know, he builds onto it. It gets taller. Every time he drops it or a piece falls off or something, he just like flips out, just starts screaming, crying, and just I'm like ready to lose my mind. I can't deal with it. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes because it's clear I haven't slept. Yeah, so my kid is back to school, which means he is awake at about 7 a.m. every morning, which usually he would sleep until about 8. I'm just using the Aeropress pot in chai for underneath my eyes, which I think I might have grabbed the wrong shade. I think honey is my shade under the eyes, but whatever. We're just gonna go with it because it's a little bit darker. Can you tell? I don't know. It's a little bit darker, but oh my God, I am so tired. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so worn out. Like yesterday, everything got to me. I spent half an hour at the end of the night after Oliver had gone to sleep, just like crying in my shower. I just sat in the hot water and I just cried. And like some of it is stuff like I can't ever tell another human being. Like it's like stuff I haven't even talked to Valeria or Andy about, who are like my best friends. And no, I won't be talking to you about it. It's just stuff I'm dealing with. It just like, you know, it all gets to me. And I'm just overwhelmed. I'm just so overwhelmed. I should have brought a powder. Oh, well, my foundation powder. I'm just doing around my nose, too. I'm just tired. I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired of cooking. I'm tired of feeding people. I'm tired of everything. I'm kind of tired of life in general. Especially because life seems to be moving in a direction I'm not really enjoying. I'm just fearful of what the future looks like. I'm using my Alima Pure pressed powder. I don't know what shade this is. It's Sesame, maybe. I have 2 shades, and I don't know which is which because there's no... it doesn't say. It's on the back of the pan, but it doesn't matter. It's one of them. It matches. I've been meaning to do like a comparison of the pressed Alima Pure powder versus the loosed. Maybe I'll try to put that together this week. And I've been like behind, not even behind. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing video-wise anymore. I just feel insignificant, and this takes down the shine, which is kind of nice. The shine was, I mean, I like shine, but the shine was it was a bit much today. So you can see that took down a lot of the shine. Can I do something about this under my eyes though? I didn't bring an extra brush for under my eyes. Just try to do that. There we go. So yeah, so I'm just like on the verge of a breakdown most days. I'm over this year. I'm over this situation. I'm tired. Yeah. That's about the extent of it. So I'm using a couple of new things today. A new bronzer I picked up, a new cheek palette. I guess I could do my brows. I'm doing my eyes off camera, or not off camera, but for like a different video. I'm swatching all of my Prisma palette shadows, and I'm gonna do an eye look. Like a quick one for that video. But I do have a couple of new things. I picked up some things from PYT Beauty. I hadn't before, but I wanted to. So I got their bronzer. This is the, what is this? It's their bronzer. I mean, they only have one shade. And does it contain talc? I don't think it contains talc, but it's got nylon 12, hydrogenated polyisbutene, phenoxyethanol, which actually is pretty high up on the list, aluminum hydroxide. So is it, I mean, I wanted to kind of talk about this brand because they have this like no BS, you know, sort of like marketing, but there is BS. I mean, at least in my opinion, there's BS in their products. You know, I don't mind phenoxyethanol, you know, as much as I used to, but like, I don't know, just to say that there's not talc in something, which makes it like not BS. I don't know. I'm also a little bit like sort of more lenient than I used to be about, you know, products and stuff like that. And I want to try like different things. Like you won't see me using like, I don't know, I can't even think of like what brands at the moment. But like, I want to try some new stuff. So I bought a bunch of stuff from PYT. I've got it all here. So I bought one of their glitters. I have their concealer. I have their brow product, their mascara. I've got their shaking the table. They're two eyeshadow palettes. You know, the good thing about them is they are really affordable, and they're actually running like a sale right now, though it seems like they're always running a sale. Like their stuff is discounted, but then there's like a summer sale that they're running where you could get like 30 to 35% off depending on what code you use. So like I placed one order and I found like, so for your first order you could get like 30% off. So I did that. Bought like pretty much everything from the line, and then I went back and I bought, you know, the lip glosses and a blush, another blush. I think the blushes have talc. Something has talc. Something has something. Why I didn't pick it up originally. So this is very, like on my skin tone, it's sort of like very natural. Should we do swatches of the two? The darker side and the lighter side. So, and then let's do them mixed. So dark, light, mixed. So, I mean, it's a pretty, I mean, if you're fair, I can't see this working on anybody who's got like more than a light complexion. My kid's coming in. Because even on me, it almost feels invisible. It almost feels like it didn't really do anything. So anyway, that's that. And I'll be playing around with that PYT stuff to do a review at some point. I know I got to do Tower 28 first, which I almost brought the Tower 28 bronzer in here, but I didn't. I changed my mind. I wanted to go with powders because I was using mostly powders except for the cream concealer I brought in here. Okay, so the other new thing that I picked up recently was the new Aether Beauty palette. So they came out with a new blush palette. This is the Amber palette, which I thought it was supposed to be more like orangey shades, but these don't really scream like coral to me, but I'm gonna do the highlighter first. This is the highlighter in Courage. which is a pretty shade. I like shades like this. And I think I'm going to use this. I'm sorry if you hear my kid. He decided, you know, again, like I love him, but he wants to be around me all the time, which means I get like no time to myself these days. Everything that I'm doing, he's like Pugsley. Him and Pugsley are like the same. Like they can't be not around me. So like anything that I'm doing, those two are not far behind. Not far behind. So that's the highlighter on that. I did also pick up, I hate packaging. I can't open it without ripping it these days. I did also pick up, if I can get it out, geez Louise, the gold highlighter. I thought this was a really interesting shade. I don't have either of the other ones, the diamond one and whatever the other one is, but I thought this was a really interesting shade that I kind of want to use like on the eyes. Like that could be really pretty on the eyes. But of course that's like a humongous pan for like on the eyes, right? This is a yellow diamond dust. So anyway, that's a few of the, you know, the newest things I've picked up. I have like all my new stuff sitting in this drawer to like maybe do with this just in, but I haven't decided. All right, so I'm gonna take Manifestation, because I think these colors will go with the eye look that I'm planning. Because I kind of wanted to do something to sort of like match my shirt, so use sort of like blues, oranges, purples maybe. I have more on one side now than the other. Always gotta correct. Ooh, that's sort of pretty though. And then that really is going to conclude the makeup that I'm doing today. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to just like sit down and just like, I don't know. I don't even, because I didn't like say anything really. I'm like, I'm having a hard time, as I'm sure most people are. I'm going to use the Ilia petals because I'm trying these out for an extended period of time. Gather my thoughts on them. But yeah, I'm having a hard time, but like who isn't? But for a few reasons I'm having like, I don't know, an even harder time. Just started like dealing with everything that's going on. And it's more than just like the virus thing. What's he doing back there? You know, it's like the sex trafficking stuff, and it's like the wildfires, and it's just like everything. It's like I hate living in this world sometimes, you know? Like, does anybody else just want to like escape to another planet where we could sort of like start over? And like, if anybody becomes corrupt or into these kind of like disgusting, nasty things, just like execute them immediately. Like I'm so sad for the world, and like I'm afraid for myself, and like I'm afraid for my kid. Like I'm afraid to ever go anywhere, and like maybe that being a thing that we have to worry about is like either one of us getting taken or whatever. And like that's a huge fear of mine because it's real and it's happening now every single day, and it's I'm so tired sometimes. I'm just so tired of the world that we live in. And I don't know how to, I don't know, just live, just be. Because I don't want to live in, you know, ignorance and pretend that these things aren't happening and pretend that life is like perfect and fine, because it's not. Anyway. I'm going to do my Prisma palette swatches now. I'll come on after I've done that video, and I'll just insert the eyes into this one so you can sort of see like the finished look in case you don't watch my Prisma palette eyeshadow video. You can just sort of see what I came up with. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes and then we'll say a proper goodbye. But as my child runs around half naked. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so here's what I ended up with. It didn't come out exactly like I'd envisioned, but I just like to have fun with color and just like, you know, mixed color combinations. And I've got like blue, I've got purple, I've got orange on this shirt. So that's kind of the color combo that I went with. I don't know, do I look like a clown? It's just fun, right? You know, I'm just playing with color, figuring out, you know, what I like to do. You know, maybe at some point I'll just start like, you know, researching techniques and stuff like that and just trying to like figure out more things. But I thought it was kind of fun. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this in some capacity, even though, did I really talk about anything? I just feel so low energy too, is like part of my problem is I've got no energy. So I feel like I'm very boring, which is probably why my views are so low, is because I'm just like not interesting to watch right now. And I'm working on a lot of bigger projects that, you know, take more time to put together. So I'm not like pumping out tons of just filler content. I like to put together stuff that's more helpful and just like every once in a while throw in like a random my life is falling apart, get ready with me. Because I got nothing else for you. I don't know. I'm working on my energy. I'm like working on my mental health stuff, but it's hard right now, especially right now when it's just like it feels like the world is, you know, sometimes I feel like we're in you know, the end times. Anybody else feel like that? That's what I feel. I don't know. But I'm sure, like, you know, lots of people throughout history and whatever else that they've dealt with, you know, the Black Plague, I'm pretty sure people thought that was the end times. Or, you know, Spanish flu, you know, millions of people died. I'm sure they thought that was the end times. But, like, I don't know. Something about what's going on right now just feels very, like, sinister and evil. Call me a conspiracy theorist if you like, but I just feel like there's a lot going on that we don't know about, that we'll probably never know about, that there's just like evil at play. I don't know. That's how I feel. But, and I mean, that's part of why I'm feeling so just like depressed. And, you know, depression was high this week. I've been having like a really hard time with that. And I just feel like everything, it's just like a big ball of terrible shit. I don't know. Anyway, I will see you guys in my next one.